Hey guys, story time. We're going to continue reading. It's almost finished. My Life After Death, The Memoir from Heaven by my son in the afterlife, Erik Medhus. All right, totally channeled. All right, we're going to continue with making believers out of the human race. All right, here he goes. I can also actually move things. It's not that easy for me. It's not like how you can take your finger, push a Coke can, and make it slide across the counter. I have to lower the frequency of a spot around the can and push that energy forward with my energy. Interesting. The energy is the one I mentioned that comes in through like the jellyfish filter. We read about that before. I just lower the frequency of that energy to make it denser so that it matches the frequency of the matter on the earthly plane. When I do that, it's like something dense moving another thing that's at least as dense. You can't move a Coke can easily by blowing on it because the density of air is not high enough to move something heavy. It's similar to the way I moved things when I was alive, so it's kind of like touch. Oh, I wish I could touch again. I remember this. Once when my mom and a couple of her friends were eating at some Mexican restaurant, I made the salt and pepper shaker slide all the way off the table. At first, they thought the waiter's apron might have caught on it, so they moved the shakers to the center of the table again. No big deal. I made them slide off the table 2 more times. That was freaking amazing. Oh, I've moved other things too. One time when my sister Michelle was in my mom's bathroom raiding her makeup drawer, I made the sink faucet slowly turn on almost all the way. Man, you should have heard that scream. I've also turned a deadbolt to lock my family in the kitchen so they couldn't go to the car and drive somewhere to eat for lunch. They laughed because they all knew it was me. It's easier to move stuff if I have another person's energy to play off of, a person I have a bond with. Once I spun the water bottle around on the nightstand next to my niece Arlene's bed by pulling in her welcoming energy. Oh, she loved her Uncle Erik. I guess the process kind of magnifies the energy and creates this resistance that gets the two energies to repel each other. It kind of works like when the negative pole of one magnet pushes the other magnet's negative pole to make them move away from each other. The resistance pushing one side of the bottle made it spin. Soon after my death, I decided to cheer up my sister Christina. She was a medical student at the time, so she really didn't have a chance to put her studies aside and grieve. One evening, when she had her nose in her books, I put my plan into action. She had this little altar set up on the desk that had a lit candle on it. I started making the flame wiggle, and that startled her. The air conditioning was off, and there were no windows open, so she couldn't figure out how the flame could move. She looked at the candle and said, "Get tall." I made it stretch upward. Then she said, "Get small," so I made it shrink. The commands continued, "Dance, stay still," and then she said, "Move to the left." That's when things got a little creepy to her because I made the flame move half an inch over so that it was totally disconnected from the wick. That was creepy. And I play with him all the time with candles. Do it with your own loved ones. It's actually quite fun. All right, so we'll get on to the next thing about how he can drop things from the ceiling. That's kind of cool, but we'll save that for the next time. Don't want to run out of material here because then I'll miss reading bedtime stories to you. All right, I love you all. AtlantaScaler.com, Dr. Elisa Medhus signing out. And also channelingerik.com. I forgot that. I love you, Erik.